For 30 years, the bronze life-size statue of Yagan has overlooked the Swan River on Harrison Island. But the warrior's name will soon be a part of a much bigger development in the CBD, known as Yagan Square. It will feature a canopy with a lighting installation inspired by the ancient lakes of Perth, and a digital tower made up of 14 reeds representing the languages of Noongar Nation, and the amphitheatre to host events and performances with a capacity of 8,500. And it is all to honour this man, Yagan, a Noongar hero both feared and admired, killed and decapitated by English settlers in 1833. Over a century after his death, a group of Noongar elders set out to London to bring back his head or cart to be laid to rest in Yagan Memorial Park.
Well, that Yagan is someone we should all reflect on and admire, as are other human beings. Yagan was seen as a figure that stood up and basically questioned and fought for his right as one of the leaders of this land, and therefore throughout history he's been represented as a warrior.
From design to development, Yagan Square proudly showcases Noongar culture and traditions. Aimed to bring people together as well as linking inner city Perth to Northbridge, visitors will feel Aboriginal presence and input.
We believe it's an inclusive place. We believe it's a place that's going to reflect the heritage of Whadjuk, Noongar people. It'll be under the iconic naming of Yagan and Yagan as Yagan Square. What Yagan becomes is a beacon to the culture, the connection and the surrounds here.
Within the Noongar community, the significance of naming a place in Perth after an Aboriginal person has raised different viewpoints.
Yeah, there are some of us that would think that this is probably a noble gesture, but what does it really all mean? I'm of the other opinion that we need a place where Yagan can be a symbol for contemporary Aboriginal Australians living in Western Australia.
The naming of the place Yagan Square is very unique. It's unique because in our culture we rarely, if ever at all, name anything, particularly a location, after a person. What happens in that place is what is mostly named in our culture. So that keeps the trueness of the sense of place.
As Perth awaits the new social hub in 2017, one may wonder, what would Yagan think if he saw this place named after him?
When you're born, when you're born away, when you're boya, when you're mort, when you're yagar, when you're ep, when you're yagan, when you're pinja. Ngara Japan, Manjana Koling, Manjana Koling, Ngara Bidi, Manjana Bidi, Jana Koling Bidiwa. He'd be saying, well, where's my trees? Where's the water? Where's the lakes? What is this place? Because you'd recognise what's there when you're there and you're a part of. What we have to do is understand where we are at this moment in time. There's no way in the world that the people in Perth today will say, well, let's get rid of all our big buildings to put up more trees and we're all going to live how Aboriginals lived.
Ultimately, Yagan Square will be a place to celebrate a significant person in Noongar and West Australian history. It will honour the man who stood up for his beliefs and principles, no matter the cost. And for that, his legacy will always be kept alive.
Yagan Square is right in the middle of a very interesting building precinct. People will have to traverse and sit down in Yagan Square and they'll have to discuss who is Yagan. And certainly when tourists and others come to this country, they always want to have an Aboriginal experience. And our young people can now say, well, we'll give them a cultural experience. We'll tell them all about Yagan. And if governments get it right, we can actually perform and show off our culture in Yagan Square.